beautiful New York City, you guys. It's finally warming up around here.
It feels so good.
There's one problem. We moved here during winter, so we have like only heavy winter clothes with us at the moment, and we desperately need a spring wardrobe overhaul right now.
So that means thrifting.
Yes, if you know us, you know how much we love thrifting. We have thrifted around the world, from Japan to Brazil, and here we are in one of the best thrifting cities in the world, New York City. So we have a list of shops we want to check out, some of the best shops in the city, and we're taking you with us as we try to kickstart this spring wardrobe.
So we headed to our first shop of the day, which was a vintage and contemporary pre-owned shop located on the second floor of a very unassuming mall in Chinatown. It's named James Veloria and it is a very well-known and popular spot. And honestly, we can understand why. This place was so fun. We absolutely loved the layout and the cute and colorful decor. Not only that, but it is incredibly curated with some of the most high fashion brand names on all the racks while still being reasonably priced in most cases. I mean, pretty much everything here would be 3 times as expensive if purchased directly from the brand stores. So we had a blast just poking around and collecting things to try on. Ready to try some things on, we headed to the dressing rooms while Marcel tried on this really cute Prada shirt, which he was iffy on because he felt it was a bit too tight, but I loved it too much and I convinced him that he needed to get it. He also tried on this fun blazer, but ultimately decided to leave it because he didn't like it enough to pay the high price for it. Then I tried on this Oscar de la Renta dress and I was in love with it, but sadly it was a size too big, and as much as I wanted to force it to work, I just couldn't justify the price for something that wasn't a perfect fit. So we checked out and we walked around the rest of the floor to see the other fun vintage and thrift shops. What do you get?
I got my Prada shirt. I'm happy about it.
It's so cool.
You found it for me.
I did. Thank you for giving me the prop.
It was a little pricey. That's what stopped us. Honestly, that's the only thing. But if you're looking for high quality pieces, I'd say definitely.
Yes.
Velorian.
For sure.
James Veloria.
Velorian.
Well, there's definitely thrifting mixed in today. Not just vintage, but we do love some vintage shopping as well, especially to begin because you find like quality pieces first and then you can find the surrounding stuff.
This next spot is super trendy and we have been seeing it a lot on TikTok. It's called Rogue, and when we stepped inside, it felt like we stepped directly into a Y2K time capsule. I mean, this place was so unbelievably 2000s coded, from the decor, which was old movie posters like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, to the Juicy Couture velvet tracksuits and the Jinko jeans. Like, come on, when was the last time you saw Jinko jeans? And as you can tell from our dancing, even the music was giving the 2000s nostalgia. Anyways, once we stopped reminiscing on how awesome our 2000s childhoods were, we headed to the changing room to try on all of our fun picks.
So the first half of this day has been spent entirely vintage shopping.
Yes.
Which we do want to be clear, we know the difference between vintage shopping and thrift shopping. That is clearly why everything has been so pricey.
Yeah, the last shop we were at was just...
That one was uncalled for.
I mean, a t-shirt was $250.
Yeah.
And it was like stained.
But it was super cool.
It was cool. It was really cool, and that's the problem.
Yeah, that's why they can get away with it. Yeah, we're
down,
angry.
I'm just mad.
But now let's go do some real thrifting. It's time.
So we headed down to the subway so we could catch the train to Chelsea for our next shop of the day. After primarily vintage shopping for most of this day, we were definitely ready to do some real thrifting and see some friendlier pricing. But first, we were long overdue for a coffee stop, so we popped into Blank Street, which was right there when we first exited the metro. After grabbing some much needed caffeine, we walked over to our first full thrift shop of the day, Housing Works, which is one that we have heard a lot about. Although we didn't pick up much from this spot, we felt satisfied as we definitely loved it and planned to do some of our future apartment decor shopping there. This next stop may be a bit controversial because it is a chain thrift store that we find to be mostly overrated at this point. If you haven't guessed already, it's Buffalo Exchange, but we kept hearing that this specific Buffalo Exchange location was underrated and we had to check it out for ourselves. First impressions when we walked in were positive. This location was huge and we found a lot of great stuff right off the bat, especially Juan Marcel, who had a heap of things to try on within the first 20 minutes of being there. Towards the front of the store, we found some nice designer labels, like these fun white leather Gucci boots, which I was obsessed with, but they were a bit too narrow and uncomfortable on my feet. I continued searching and found a few things that I wanted to try on, like this cute boho dress. And once we were each ready, we headed into the changing rooms, where Marcel literally went 4 for 4 in here, and everything he found fit perfectly and looked so cool on him, which is honestly annoying at this point. The boho dress ended up being a bit too big for me, sadly, but it's fine because it also had this random hole in it, which obviously I didn't love. And then this mini skirt was really cute, but in the end, I guess I was just feeling a bit too picky and wasn't feeling strongly enough about anything. So we checked out and Juan Marcel left a happy man with a full bag of fun new spring clothes.
Well, day one.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
He's been blessed by the thrifting gods today.
And you?
And I have not been. I have one thing, but I'm happy with my purchase. So.
Hey, you know, I was gonna say, because she keeps saying she failed today, it's not a failure to not buy. Yeah. That's what capitalism wants you to think. Yeah. You're just being picky.
So surprisingly, we left empty-handed from the Brooklyn Flea, which is usually a treasure trove of good finds for us, but that's okay because this is Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is without a doubt our fave thrift shopping in New York and arguably in the world. So I knew it was a matter of time before my luck turned around. But for now, it started raining pretty heavily, so we decided to duck into a cafe that we really like next door named Devision. We got some coffee and croissants while we waited for the rain to die down. I'm feeling pretty good about this one.
It's so
But
good.
I really hope I don't jinx myself by saying that. It's so
Look
cute.
how big.
It's huge. At least I hope to find pants because look how many pants there are.
I know. I'm already got my eyes on that right there.
What?
That jacket up there looks so nice.
You don't need jackets. It's spring.
I know. Really, the mission for me today is to find pants other than jeans. Every pair of pants that I own right now is jeans, and I need to like mix it up. Got some luck finally for my baby.
I got two things and I'm so excited. Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
I've been a little bit picky because I'll look at the tag. If it says polyester or nylon, I'm just like immediately not wanting it.
Honestly, it's good though because that stuff is bad for the environment
Yeah.
and all that stuff. so.
Exactly. And I mean, if it was super cute, maybe like I would consider buying it, but nothing was like perfect.
Super,
Yeah.
like, worth being uncomfortable
Exactly.
or unethical.
Exactly, that's the thing. If I was on the edge, I'm like, oh, this is cute, but what is the fabric? Then if it wasn't like
Yeah.
cotton or whatever, I'm just like, no.
No, I get
Okay. Anyways, these are both silk. So cute. This is so spring. This skirt I tried on in there. And then the other thing that I loved was this
Put
scarf.
that on. I didn't get to see it on.
This scarf is so cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Just wait until I
What
flick it
brand
over
is
the
this?
shoulder. I don't know. Isn't this cool?
That's really cool. I
And
love
then you
it.
can like tie it. I mean,
You
flight
could do a
attendant
head. You could
vibes.
do a headscarf.
Yes, exactly. When it's windy and stuff.
Okay, and then I got two things. You know, I stay finding the good stuff. This
I like the details.
is such a nice little shirt button up. I love the patches.
Yeah.
Got some jean shorts. I told you I wasn't looking for jeans. Didn't find anything that's not jeans yet. Still on the hunt for some slacks or something. But anyways, we have plenty more to go.
Yes. I'm excited for the next spot. Like
I know.
really excited.
Oh, it's one of our favorites.
I know.
It's Beacons.
So our next stop of the day is one that you have definitely seen before in our New York vlogs, and that's because it is probably our favorite thrift store in Brooklyn. It's called Beacon's Closet, and we are talking specifically about the Greenpoint location. This spot is just perfection. First of all, it is huge, but it is never overwhelming because of how efficiently it is laid out. And it's even fully color coded, which is so satisfying to us. Juan Marcel found some incredible brown boots, and they were actually Fry boots, which is such an amazing brand of boots. Literally, how does he always find all of these gems? But honestly, we both crushed it here. As you can see from the huge pile of clothes we both had to try on. So we waited in the long lines for the dressing rooms, excited to see what we would walk out with. I had better luck here, but still not perfect, as a lot of the things just weren't fitting how I wanted them to. Can you guess how it went for Juan Marcel? Yep, everything looked perfect, and he had to literally stop himself from getting too much. So we got a big bag of goodies and headed directly to the next stop because we were in a bit of a rush, but I promise we are going to do a big haul of this later. This next spot has been one that we have been the most excited for throughout our entire weekend because it is by far the one we have been recommended the most. And spoiler alert, it ended up being our favorite thrift store we have ever visited in New York.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
We did so much more.
We didn't even have time to go to our favorite thrift shop in Brooklyn, which is Urban Jungle.
I love that spot.
I know, but we found a new favorite. We have a new favorite.
Yeah,
do you agree?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of my favorites.
10-foot single by Stella Dallas in Brooklyn is
So
the best thrift shop
It's so cute. It's so
I've ever been
good.
to.
And it's so fairly priced.
Fairly priced, incredibly curated and like coordinated. It made my brain happy just the way they were laying it all out.
It was so well. It reminded me of Tokyo thrifting.
Yes,
Like
100%.
Shimoki does so well. Okay, but first we're gonna do our beacons haul.
Yes.
Which I just got one thing. I'm sorry, guys. I got really lucky the next one, but it's just I'm really picky today. Maybe I think it's because I am on my periods, so I'm just like my mood wasn't there fully.
And she like gets very particular about how things feel and feeling cozy.
Yes.
And
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No. He kept handing me wool things, and I was like, these are scratchy. Like, don't bring that near me.
Yeah.
But anyways, I got these shorts, which I've been needing shorts. All I have is jeans.
We got jorded up today.
I got a lot of jorts.
Okay. I got this.
Yeah. Which, the great thing is I can just borrow some of your stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I can borrow some.
Okay, well,
'Cause
this,
you
super awesome.
I need to start looking in the men's section, too.
This, which, okay, let me...
Yeah,
Let me do a disclaimer.
You show
This
the
is
Disney merch?
This is Disney because we got invited to go to
Yes.
Disney World, and we're going literally 2 days from now.
Yeah.
That's for another time, but literally,
Yeah.
look at this. We got invited to the Disney Creator Celebration.
It's so cute, and I'm so excited.
So I just wanted to buy some like Disney stuff that's
Yeah.
kind of retro, that's not like Disney prices.
Yeah.
Then I got this, which is like burgundy, quarter zip. It fit like a glove. Loved this. Another Disney kind of retro type vibe. It's got Minnie on it.
I can borrow this
You can
one.
definitely borrow that
I
one.
think this one's mine.
This is like
It's
a
cute, though.
Gap kind of thermal. I loved the collar and just the fit of it. So
Yeah.
that's everything from Beacons. This is where we did the most damage of both days combined.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's get into it.
I got more jorts.
Jord it up.
But these ones are so cute. They're kind of like baggy and just... I actually like love these.
This is a Carhartt thermal. I love Carhartt. I have a bunch of Carhartt jeans, so this is gonna look really cool with some of those.
I got this Ralph Lauren
I
sweatshirt.
love this one.
This one's so cute.
I love this one.
I'm obsessed.
This
I'm
looks so
literally
good on
obsessed.
her. And then I got the coolest polo. It's like a old school polo. Look at the way that the hook, this goes in the top.
That's so cool.
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah, I love that.
It's like,
This one's, yeah, that was
This
my
is my
favorite, I
favorite.
think. Then I got these shoes,
so cool.
which
So cool.
they're perfect. They're not too like cowboy booty, which like isn't my
Cowboy booty.
vibe. Is my vibe, but they're just like really nice, especially with my jeans.
Another vintage polo. It's like a white one with a black detailing.
And then I got these cute little kitten heels. They're so cute. I feel like they'll go with so much. I don't have any white shoes, which I needed, so.
Then I got finally some non-jeans pants. These are linen and they're like very
Yeah,
flowy,
super nice.
loose. And that's everything from that one. And then
Yeah.
obviously we already did the haul for
Yeah, and look at all your stuff down here. Look at all of this
this.
from
On
yesterday.
top, this is everything. So Buffalo Exchange, Veloria, this one, and then the 2 bags we just did.
Yeah. It was a lot.
I'm all set on the spring wardrobe.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to Urban Jungle too.
So that is going to do it for this one, you guys. Please let us know if you have any other thrift shops to suggest for us in either Manhattan, Brooklyn, or even Queens. We want to explore Queens. We love you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next one.